Alright, welcome to a special edition of Mike Finds Things. I did not find anything hardly. I found a few records this week, nothing crazy. So what we're going to do is, I've got this wall of records here, and most of these I bought probably over 25, 30 years ago from like yard sales and thrift stores and whatnot. And what it was I collected records when I was in junior high, high school, and also in the Navy back in the 90s. Most of them kind of got stored away for many years. After I got divorced in 2016, I brought them out, bought these shelves, put them on the shelves. That was before I really got back into collecting records, which was kind of during the pandemic. Occasionally I would find stuff here and there if I found a yard sale. But it's kind of like a deep dive into old stuff I bought many years ago. And there's definitely some good stuff. We're going to start with the A's and the B artists because there's just so many records here. And I'm going to probably have to answer for some of these. There's definitely stuff, nothing crazy, and it's all LPs. I'm just going to do LPs since I really don't have like a record of what 45s and 78s I bought years ago. But it's going to be kind of an interesting dive into it, so let's get started. Alright, so I'll show you on the shelf. These are basically the A's and B's go to about here. So, just to give you an idea how many records there are, you can probably make out some of them in the video. Let's get started. Alright, so we got a lot of records to get through. I have the first stack here. We're going to go into this. I did not price any of these. Most of these I would say are so common, like we'd be sitting here looking for years for some of these, which pressings they are. And there's definitely, I already see one on top I'm going to have to answer for. So most of these I picked up at thrift stores. Back then, most thrift stores were charging like a quarter or 50 cents for a record. This is pre-internet. Well, most of them are probably pre-internet. There's probably a few that were internet, but before people were like just, especially the thrift stores, were looking up values of stuff. There was always rumors that these thrift stores had deals with record stores where they got the first pick of the litter. I don't know if that was true back then, but we're going to dive right into this. We're going to go as fast as possible. Hopefully, it won't get too crazy. First one we got is Super Trooper by ABBA. Picked up, I'm guessing, at a thrift store, probably because it was ABBA, and I was like, why not? Because I mean, back then, thrift store records were so cheap. Yeah, ABBA. Okay, next we're going to go into, I will say I grew up in West Los Angeles, and some of these may have been purchased while I was in the Navy up in Alameda near Oakland, and some may have been purchased when I was up in Seattle, near Seattle in Bremerton and Everett, Washington. So I don't remember unless they've still got tags on them. We got a 12-inch single, The Look of Love by ABC. I find a lot of ABC. I've actually seen ABC live, I will say that. The Look of Love. So we're probably going to have more ABC. Another ABC, Be Near Me, 12-inch single. So we're going to go fast. I want to get through this. Anything really super interesting we'll stop on. There's definitely going to be Beatles, by the way. ABC, How to Be a Zillionaire album. ABC was very popular locally, so another ABC album. Obviously with K-Rock, all the new wave stuff was really big here. And ABC, the Vanity Kills 12-inch single. Okay, so more ABC. I think my ex-wife really was into ABC too, so, but she ain't getting any of these. She might have taken some. She took some of my tiki mugs I used to buy at thrift stores. All right, we got another How to Be a Zillionaire, so we're not going to get into that. There will be duplicates. ABC, Beauty Star. This is another ABC album. So I probably have multiple copies of that as well. Some of my records may have been stolen from me over the years, and like I said, some of these might be from after the 90s that I purchased. Another ABC, the Lexicon of Love. Like, wow, Mike, were you into doo-wop back then? It's like, yeah, actually, I liked the oldies then too, but like I said, I always liked ABC. You got to remember, this was probably when these records were only a few years old, and people were like just dumping them at the thrift store, and I was like, wow, ABC, I love ABC, so I grabbed it. Another this is a 12-inch single of How to Be a Zillionaire. I guess like a 12-inch single. More ABC. Wow, you never thought you'd see so much ABC in a Mike Finds Things video. By the way, like, subscribe, comment. Wow, Mike, you really liked ABC back in the day. Don't worry, we got Beatles coming. Okay, we're gonna redeem ourselves, and this one has the price tag from the thrift store. So for $1.99, and they placed it on the guy under the mouth. Highway to Hell, AC/DC. Okay, we're redeeming myself here. There you go. $1.99 I paid for this one, and so there you go. There's the price tag. So the AC/DC Highway to Hell album. Back then, I would say a lot of like your Beatles, like even then back then, people were like, "Oh, Beatles albums," you know, and you still find them occasionally at thrift stores and yard sales. Here's another one I paid $1.99. Must have been from the same thrift store. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, AC/DC, a very nice copy. There's that. So for those are the AC/DC fans. I did put these in alphabetical order. I'm going to say, like, this is like right after I got divorced. I always wanted to break my records out of storage and have a rack for them and break out the turntable again. I finally did. That's what divorce does. You get to do fun stuff like that. Back in Black, AC/DC. We all know this one. This album sold 1 billion. I think all these AC/DC sold 1 billion copies. Okay, so I don't have to... Like, wow, okay. Hopefully nobody turned it off thinking this was going to be an all ABC video. Another copy of Back in Black. So I got another one. Sometimes I'd buy a second copy just because... Oh, here we go. This one has a price tag of $1. This was a Salvation Army tag. Powerage, AC/DC. So that one I never took the price tag off. So I don't know what year. It doesn't have a year. It just says February 2nd, which is actually my sister's birthday. So that's when it landed at the thrift store. Powerage, more AC/DCs. Let There Be Rock. I paid $1 for this one as well at the thrift store. It's like the weirdest Mike Finds Things video ever. That I am not looking up the value of these. We will be here all day. Because you wanted more Back in Black. This one still has the Goodwill sticker from $1 on it. I'm guessing probably mid. The thrift store's kind of raised to $1. I'd say like in the mid 90s or something. I remember when I started seeing records for $1 at thrift stores. It's like, wow, what happened? All right, another one. Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier. I was like Adam Ant. He actually played a festival concert at the Rose Bowl, the Cruel Old Fest. And he was playing during something my daughter wanted to see, so I didn't get to see him. But Adam Ant was very popular, especially he was playing on K-Rock a lot back in the day here in L.A. So great new wave. And what do we got here? I know we have more Adam Ant. Yeah, we got Adam Ant. This one was $1.50. Wow, I was a big spender on this one. Friend or foe? This was Adam Ant after he went solo, after he got rid of those ants. What's the thing? There was a Trash Theory on Adam Ant the other day. If you guys watch Trash Theory, they did a whole thing. Another Kings of the Wild Frontier. This one's in a plastic, so it's in really good shape. Okay, Aerosmith. Remember, I think I mentioned I don't really have any Aerosmith. Well, I guess I did. This one has an Aaron's Records Hollywood sticker for $1.98. I know they wouldn't sell it for that now. Aerosmith rocks. You got to remember, this was like when these albums were not that old. Back then, like mostly, like I said, people were always like, "Ooh, Beatles! Ooh, I found a Beatles album." Wow, here's one I paid 99 cents for. Aerosmith rocks. Got that. Another new wave band from the 80s that I found. I bet you I have multiple copies of I have several releases from them. Aha! The Sun Always Shines on TV. 12-inch single. 12-inch singles were big back in the 80s, and this one has the instrumental and an extended like dance mix. I used to love finding like cool extended mix. Wow, I can't believe that's the only Aha album. I had more Aha than that. Someone must have stole them. I know I had more Aha records than that. Alarm. Someone with the stand on it. No, I definitely had more Aha than that, unless I filed them in the wrong place. So I was expected to be doing Alarm, Declaration. No price tag. That one was 29 cents. That was a 29-cent record. Here's another one. This one's got the hype sticker. It says 68 guns on it. Okay, more new wave stuff. Good Lord. I paid 99 cents for this copy of the alarm. Okay, we're gonna slide through that. Oh, here's a great one. 99 cents at Aaron's, B-52s, the first album. I guarantee you that would not be 99 cents now. Let's see, what do we have here? I got an answer for these. There was a time when I was doing a cocktail lounge music show on a radio station in Washington State while I was in the Navy, and I was buying weird stuff. I was buying anything I could find at thrift stores because it was dirt cheap. And yes, I have Herb Alpert's greatest hits. Herb and the Brass, there you go. And because you want the most common thrift store record ever, I paid $1. Wow, I should be slapped for paying $1 for this. Whipped cream and other delights. But it's like a mint copy, so whatever. Said, if you don't own this in your collection, you didn't want it. Because you already found it a bunch of times. Lonely Bull. Because I did have a radio show where we played weird stuff from the... In fact, I have another pile somewhere where I've got all these like weird records I bought that no one will ever want. Because we used to play them on a radio show. Depending how you look at it, I might have to answer for this one. America, Horse with No Name. I like America. There you go. Let's see, we have more America? Yes, we do. The greatest hits, I paid $1 for this one at Goodwill, apparently. The history, America's greatest hits. Has all your favorite America hits, like Ventura Highway, and it's got Tin Man, of course, all those good ones. All right, what are we getting into now? What will we find next? Homecoming, America. Why did I buy all these America albums? I don't know. So I have a gatefold? Oh, it does. This is when they got big, they had the gatefold. All right, America. If you like America, leave it in the comments. All right, this is a fun dive into. I didn't know as much about music. I mean, I wasn't collecting a bunch of crazy stuff back then. Art of Noise, Beatbox, 12-inch single. There you go. Check that out. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't know what I paid for it. I thought it was a DJ's copy or something because it was numbered. That was kind of cool. We got another Art of Noise. Who's Afraid of Art of Noise album. So I got more Art of Noise. I said I would find all kinds of cool, like new wavy kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to put all these records. They're all still in order, but they're all like turned the wrong way. Association Greatest Hits. Okay, like I said, I was really into oldies. I used to listen to a lot of oldies, so that's probably why I bought this one. So I'm trying to make this like where we can kind of laugh about some of these. Oh, here's a cool one. Yeah. It still has the price tag from when it was sold new for originally listed at $3.98. Unimart had it for $1.99. It's a surf record, the Astronauts Orbit Campus. I also did a surf show too. We actually called it Surf and Turf, so it was like cocktail, surf music, and any weird stuff we could find. So very cool to have. I did buy. I believe I was at a thrift store or something. No idea why I bought. Wow, this was says $2.98. I doubt I paid $2.98 for this. Christmas with Gene Autry. I don't remember buying those, so I will throw that over there. It's probably like a 10-cent record even today. Oh, here's one that was out of order. How'd these get out of order? This one has a price tag from when it was sold new for. They paid $5.99 plus tax, $6.35 for the B-52s. I don't know why that one was out of order, but it was. It still has most of the cellophane on it. And it was originally $6.99. So I don't recognize the name of that store, so it's definitely not what I paid for it. B-52s Whammy. This is a promo. This is a promotional. Get the promotional stamp. I think the other B-52s was out of order, or maybe I didn't know where to put it because it's B-52s. Let's see, now my phone's making noises. Rome. Someone has the original price tag from whatever store it was sold new for $4.99. Rome B-52s. Most of the cellophane. This is a 12-inch single. So Rome, where you want to. I always like B-52s. Did get to see them live. I did get to see them live, so that's good. Here's one I don't remember buying, and the jacket is horrid. Best of BTO. This was Clark. Oh, this was I bought out. It was at a yard sale. There was a bunch from. I know I have a few that say Clark on it. And they were from a yard sale, and they all had the guy's name Clark on it. I remember that. Here's one from Goodwill for 95 cents. Bad Brains, Eye Against Eye. Yeah, we're definitely redeeming ourselves now. So, Bad Brains album from a Goodwill. Try that today. Not gonna happen. Bananarama. We're going back to the new wave. Got a Bananarama album. This one with Cruel Summer on it. Robert De Niro's Waiting. You know, those Bananarama songs. Anything really terrible yet? Oh, by the way, like and subscribe because I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, all the doo-wop guys are gonna be like, "You were buying this stuff back then." Back then, nobody wanted this. This was like a couple-year-old record. True Confessions, Bananarama. So there you go. So I am not looking up the values of these. They've definitely gone up in price because 80s stuff is definitely hotter now. I bet you that before. Oh man, more 80s. Original price on this one from when it was sold new was $6.50. Still has the sticker. Still has the hype sticker and the cellophane. Bangles, different light with Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic Monday. It's a really nice condition too. It's just another Manic Monday. You gotta remember, I grew up in that era. That's what was on the radio when I was a kid. So. That's what I had. Bangles, Walk Like an Egyptian, 12-inch single, and it was $1 apparently. So I see a sticker for $1, and it's got a promotional stamp in the corner on the jacket. Oh man, we're tearing through these. Wow, we got the Tony Basil 12-inch single of Mickey. It was another one that was owned by Clark. I remember the Clark ones were from a yard sale. I do remember that because I bought a lot of records from this guy Clark at a yard sale. So if we do other, I'm sure we'll do more of these if this is popular. We'll delve into this. The Seas will probably be its own video because, like I said, I did cocktail music and loungy stuff on the radio. Les Baxter, Ports of Pleasure. That was definitely from the cocktail radio show era of myself. I was probably bought when I was in the Navy, I would say. Bay City Roller. Oh, God, I got an answer for this one. Bay City Roller's Greatest Hits with the notch cut out. Somebody didn't buy it. I can't read that price tag. It was originally $7.96 at whatever store sold it. That's probably why they had to return it. Yeah, Bay City Rollers. Don't know why I bought that one either. This one I actually found a copy of that's better condition than this the other day. Surfer Girl, the Beach Boys. I said we did surf music, and I've always been a Beach Boys fan since I was a kid, so I found a really nice copy of this the other day at a estate sale on Friday. This will hopefully come up in an upcoming video. We got another Beach Boys, Surfing USA. I know I had bought Beach Boys on that. Some of them might have got filed somewhere else. These are ones I bought a long time ago, though. Surfing USA. The Beach Boys. Looks like a mono. That is a mono pressing. It's this style label. So okay. I know some of you guys get all, which label? And it's like, all right. Now we're gonna go into a little band you might know. Here's what you've been waiting for. You know you have. My Beatles albums. So you got the one where they're walking across the street. Now we got Abbey Road. Actually, another guy at the estate sale found one of these the other day. I'm like, yeah, I found all these like 30 years ago. There you go. Beatles, Abbey Road. Which pressing, Mike? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not going to try to pull that out now. All right, we're delving through here. It's an old one. I know I've got one. I got a couple of other interesting pressings of Beatles, so we'll pull those out. And another one that was owned by Clark, Meet the Beatles. This is a later pressing because it's got the Gold Record Award thing on it. Meet the Beatles, and I think this one, the jacket wasn't that great, but the record's good. I do remember. I played this one probably in the last couple of years, and so it's a later pressing. People still like later pressings of Beatles. There you go. What do we got now? Oh, man. We have the Magical Mystery of Tour. I don't know if this is... I have a mono pressing of this that was owned by my stepfather's first wife, and she had passed away. and he said I could have her records. This is after he was already married to my mother. This is, and I think this may be one of the Magical Mystery tours I had was a mono pressing. Let me check. That was hers. This is a stereo pressing, so it's definitely a stereo Magical Mystery tour. Back then, like I said, people were still like, "Ooh, Beatles," but you could still find them because we got the White Album and not the greatest jacket in the world. There's stickers on it. They wanted you to know it was somebody couldn't tell this was the White Album, so they wrote Beatles because it's very faint there. 2-album set, of course, and the jacket is beat to hell. Here's one I bought new. Actually, should be a couple of these. It's the Anthology. So I probably bought this at I'm guessing at Tower new. This is Anthology 3. When they put these out, I bought one of them. I think the first Anthology I bought on CD, and then the other two I bought on. In fact, number 2 is coming up. Beatles, more Beatles here. All right, EMI. This is Hey Jude, the Hey Jude EP on Capitol. It's an old later pressing because it's got a gold record award thing. It's not like an early pressing or anything. There's the other Anthology, Anthology 2. I'm not going to delve into that too much. That one I did buy new. That one might be a little moved over. Okay, there we go. What else we got? Everybody that's ever wanted to see me do Beatles albums is probably happy right now. Another Abbey Road. This one is another Capitol. So it's that style label for those who are into that stuff. I'm not delving into Beatles pressings because we will be here all day. There's a guy, what's that one, that Parlophone guy on YouTube? All he talks about is Beatles albums. Wow, this one's kind of beat. I probably bought it because it was Sgt. Pepper's, even though it's a little beat. The jacket's beat up. We got Sgt. Pepper's. I do have, this is a stereo. I do have a mono Sgt. Pepper's. That was another one that was from the only really 3 good records that I remember, 3 records I got that were from my first stepfather, my mother's second husband's ex-wife, was a mono Sgt. Pepper's, a mono Magical Mystery, and a stereo of Moody Blues, Days of Futures Past. So this might be it. They're Sgt. Pepper's. I always say I used to find these. Let me see if this is I have a Parlophone one too. I believe this is no, there it is. I think this is the mono. I believe that might be the mono pressing. And you always got to check. Sometimes they have the inserts. They have the little cardboard. Yeah, this one has the inserts. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Oh, I don't want to mess it up. But there's they originally came with inserts. Look it up on the internet. You'll see what they look like. I don't want to ruin them because I'm doing a video. So it's one thing I always want to look for when you're. Still buy it, but if it's cheap. But there's a better copy of the White Album. Nothing. Why am I even showing you this? There's nothing to look at except it says Beatles on it. Okay, we're out of the Beatles. Oh, I don't know. Some of my Beatles might be missing because I know I had a mono. I had a couple more copies. Some of these might have been filed in a different spot. Bee Gees Live. I think some of my records got stolen because I had them stored at my old scooter shop. And there's definitely stuff that I remember owning that I don't have anymore. Bee Gees Live. And some of them might be Beatles. Bee Gees. More Bee Gees. I don't know. This one was $1. I don't know why I kept buying Bee Gees records. I think we're going to finish off this stack. I'm going to get a couple more in this stack, then we'll stop the camera and I'll be right back at you. More Bee Gees. Main course Bee Gees. Here's one you still find all the time at thrift stores. I don't know why I must have bought it because I was bored. Harry Belafonte, Pure Gold. Oh, nobody stole those. All right, we're back with the second grouping of records and the A's and B's in my old record collection, or that stuff might be missing from. I think I might have put those Beatles ones somewhere else. That's very possible. I'm going to start with a band I have seen live multiple times, Berlin. Pleasure Victim. In fact, they opened last time I saw them was a couple months ago, they opened for Madness at the YouTube Theater over by SoFi. What else we got? I definitely had more Berlin than that. Okay, yeah. There's definitely stuff missing here. Big Country, The Crossing, though. You know, that like 80s new wave theme. In fact, I used to find Berlin a lot. A lot of these 80s artists, Oingo Boingo, I used to find locally a lot. I know those are actually worth some money now. But they gave some to my daughter. Here's one. We got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I believe I did find that at a thrift store. I said, these are not all my albums. I just have not alphabetized. Those are ones I alphabetized a long time ago, and I just never touched really much since. Blamage. Another 80s new wave. This is a promo copy. It's got the promo stamp. Remember Blamage. Some of you guys are like, I don't know what that is. What's this one? Oh, Blamage. Another Blamage. There you go. Good Lord, I got a lot of Blamage. Living on the Ceiling, 12-inch single. Some $2.99 and '93. There you go. Blondie. Oh, good. Now we're getting into Blondie. This might be. Yeah, this is the private stock. This is like the first pressing of like the first Blondie album, if I remember right. Blondie. And what's funny is I always liked Blondie, and my kid's into Blondie now, so I've given her some of my Blondie records. So like I said, I was always into Blondie. Like I said, we saw Blondie live. We saw at Cruel World twice. So at the festival there, Parallel Lines. It's like the one you find a lot. That and The Greatest Hits, which I'm sure I've got a couple copies of that. It's the one with Heart of Glass. This one I know we gave my daughter a copy of this. Blondie. So, and because you wanted more Blondie, we got Best of Blondie. We got Best of Blondie. A couple copies of that. Eat to the Beat. I got another. I think I should just buy Blondie every time I'd find it back then. Eat to the Beat. These were popping up like crazy. There's one that isn't Blondie. Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening. Goodwill, $1 sticker on there. So yes, Don't Fear the Reaper. You wanted more cowbell? We got more cowbell. There you go. What we got now? The Bull Monkeys. Getting into it's all digging your scene. Getting into more new wave stuff. That was cheap. I used to just buy my records at these sales, at yard sales and such. Blues Brothers, briefcase full of blues. I should always say that is my favorite movie, was the Blues Brothers. Which is why I have a second copy. No, I've got a second copy. Okay. We got the Best of the Blues Brothers. With, more Jake and Elwood for you. And a third copy of Briefcase Full of Blues. Wow, I've definitely got an answer for some of these. Gee, Mike, why you have so many copies of that? I don't know. I just do. Boogie Boys. What the hell? I don't remember buying it. Oh, this one with like, Boogie Boys. I don't know what. Some of these I might have wound up in a lot. Yeah, this is Clark. This is one of those Clark records. Some of these I might have just bought out some dude's collection at one point. Probably what happened. Book of Love, I Touch Roses. Another new wave classic. This is I think it's like an EP. Here's one that was 99 cents. Book of Love, Honey Bunny. I remember buying these. That's what's weird. Maybe somebody's collection got mixed in with mine, or I bought out somebody's collection and they wound up in here. Another Boy, Book of Love. I remember buying those. I was really into that back then. Pat Boone. Why not? I don't know. That's probably when I was buying weird stuff. I was in like a weird stuff phase. Boston. It's another Clark record. I must have bought this guy's collection out or something. I bet I went to a sale and they were like, just buy them all. And so then I got Boston. What do we got here? This is David Bowie. All right, I do know I went to a yard sale once and they had a bunch of Bowie, so I bought like a ton of Bowie. So of course we go right into Bobby Brown. This is, what the hell? Okay, who organized these? I thought these were alphabetized. My kid must have messed with these. Okay, I don't know. Bobby Brown, dance. I don't know why I have this. I'm not into Bobby Brown, I swear. I like Blondie beat though. I hit that perfect beat 12-inch single. And some of these might have been just because I bought somebody out or something. Some of these I'm like, even then I don't think I would have, definitely would have bought Blondie beat. 12-inch single of Small Town Boy. Another 12-inch single of Perfect Beat. Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. That's like a later 1988, so they might not have pressed very many of these, because that was when CDs were taken over. Oh, Lord, here we go. We got Bread. I don't think this was from Clark's collection either. Bread, I guess that's an album I probably would not touch now. I don't think I would buy that. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into more of the Bowies that I own. Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. So if you don't own that album, own that album. You probably don't. You probably own it already if you watch this channel. Even if you like doo-wop, you still like Bowie. Come on. Let's Dance with the cellophane coming off. That was big. I used to find Let's Dance a lot too. I used to see that at thrift stores a lot. Low, David Bowie. I think a lot of the Bowies I have were from that one sale. It was the yard sale that was near my mom's house. Like, I'm going to say 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. I think I might have even been on leave from the Navy, if I remember correctly. More Bowie we got tonight. Some of my other records may have been filed somewhere else, too. Heroes, David Bowie. A lot of Bowie. This one doesn't have a price tag from these. There's no thrift. I said a lot of those I think were from. First we got Space Oddity. David Bowie. My kid's probably gonna want all of these. She likes David. In fact, her stepfather, my ex-wife's second husband, he's like big into Bowie. I've told myself, dude, I got all these Bowie albums, but I ain't giving them up. China Girl. This one is a 12-inch single. And because you want to see him live, David Live. There you go. Actually, he has passed from this world. David Bowie Live. And because you wanted another copy of Let's Dance, this one sold for 29 cents at Aaron's. Or copy of Let's Dance. Another copy of Ziggy Stardust. We're almost, and then we're gonna, let's see here. We got The Prisoner of Love, James Brown on King. That's something you would expect to find in Mike Vine's video today, let's face it. Prisoner of Love on King, check that out. I do remember buying this at a thrift store because I was like, oh wow, cool, you know. Mr. Excitement, James Brown. There you go, more James Brown. Another one on King. Because you wanted more James Brown, say it loud. There you go. And the record's coming out the bottom. That's more something you would expect to see on a Mike Finds Things video today. Let's see here. Jackson Browne, For Every Man. I said, I haven't even realized, I probably haven't looked at in years. What do we got next? Okay, we got two of the same record to close it out. And boy, this one's a doozy. Jimmy Buffett, Changes in Latitude. Yeah, okay. There you go, Jimmy Buffett. Oh, it's got a gatefold. And there you go. I got two copies for some reason. All right, it was the old days when thrift store records were sometimes. I remember they were somewhere a quarter. Occasionally you'd find a thrift store where they were like a dime still, but most of them were like a quarter, 50 cents. And sometime in the 90s they jumped them to a buck. So that's my thrift store yard sale. I can't remember where I got most of these records from. Pile, from probably most of those I've owned well over 30 years. Didn't price them. A lot of them are common records you can look up if you really feel like it. But just kind of like a delve into my older section of my record collection before I got more into collecting 45s and 78s and like earlier rock and roll stuff. I was into that stuff back then. I just wasn't. This is what I was buying because it was cheap and readily available at thrift stores back then. And of course now the 80s stuff has come back, so it's gone up in value. If you like this video, we'll do the C's next time when I don't have anything. Hopefully there'll be some sales this week. There's a record lot I'm watching online. I don't think I'm going to get it because it's up to about what I was willing to pay for it. But hopefully I can put together some more recent finds for another video, and then next time we do this, we'll jump into the C's. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave some comments on the good, the bad, and the ugly of these records. Like I said, I don't think I've added to that shelf in quite some time, and I said the majority of that was the stuff I've owned for many years. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.